Hey everyone, Lisa Freeman here with stampingwithlisa.com, and I wanted to show you this really cute framed art that I made for one of my friends for her birthday, actually two of my friends for their birthdays the other day. And I also made a matching card to go with it. So they're pretty much exactly the same, just the framed art is a little bit bigger. So I wanted to show you how to do it because it's super easy. And really the only difference between a card and a framed art piece is the size. You just have to increase the measurements a little bit. So let me show you how I did it. And the frame that I used, I got from Michael's. They were 4 in a pack, and I got them on sale. So I think they came out to about $2.50 a piece after the sale. Well, it was $10.99 plus shipping and tax, so maybe $12. So $3 a piece probably. And I did a class, and everybody in the class got to make the same project. So it's a pretty economical thing, and you can include the frame in the class, which makes it a lot easier for everybody coming. And the stamp set we're going to be using is Awesomely Artistic, which is actually in the big catalog. I wanted to use this stamp set, but it was just a little bit too big. The dragonflies were just a little bit too big, so I needed a smaller dragonfly. This one is in the big catalog. This one is in the Occasions mini catalog, or the spring summer, you could call it too. And it runs through May 31st. And also we have celebration going on, so for every $50 you order, you get a free item from the celebration catalog. And also, I did use the Dragonfly Thinlits, which are on page 26 with that Dragonfly stamp set. And the one that I used in this project is this one, the one that has 5 dragonflies all connected. So those are the items that we're using. And now I'm going to show you actually how to make it. Oh, I forgot this too. This is the brick embossing folder. So we use this one, and I put the piece of paper in this way so that the bricks were going across. Because if you put it in this way, then your bricks are going the wrong way. So make sure if you make this at home, you want your bricks going the right direction. All right, so let me give you the measurements for everything too. Now the frame is 5 by 7, and the first piece I've got cut is white. You can see it. It's white 5 by 7. Then I've got a piece of Dapper Denim. This is 4.5 by 6.5. Then I've got the white brick piece that's already embossed. That one is 4 by 6. And then I've got a strip of white. I don't know if you can see that one. This one is 2 by 6. And then I just have a little scrap of white. Really doesn't matter what size that is. That's just to stamp your words on. And then I have the dragonflies that are already punched out with the silver foil paper. So let me just set all this aside. And the one that we're going to be stamping on, well, actually 2 pieces are those right there. So I'm just going to set the rest of it aside for a minute. All right, so first thing we're going to do is start with the mint macaron ink pad, and I'm going to do some sponging. So I'm just really lightly going to kind of swirl a little bit of color on here, and make sure when you do this, you don't just plop it down like this. A lot of people tend to do that, and then you get these blobs on there. You just want to dab it lightly and just really gently swirl on here, and it just gives it a little bit of color and makes those bricks pop out more. And you don't want to color the whole entire thing. I like to leave some of it white, so it kind of looks like it's maybe a little bit of moss on there, or I don't know, it just gives it a little bit of a different look. So that's all you have to do for that piece right now. And then on your little strip here, we're going to sponge a little bit of the mint macaron on there too. All right, so that's, oh, and then we got to stamp our words, not the words, the frame. And this is also in that Awesomely Artistic stamp set. So we're going to stamp this right on the scrap paper, and then close that ink pad so it doesn't dry out. And then we're going to go to the next color. And the next color I used is Island Indigo. I was going to do the Dapper Denim. I'm going to do that in a second, but the Dapper Denim was actually a little bit too dark to sponge with, so I picked Island Indigo instead. And this is one of my older pads. I just kept all those old pads for sponging because they really are kind of nice, and then you don't have to use your new pads for sucking all that ink out of there. And I like a lot of blue, so I'm going to make it kind of dark. But I still left some green. I'm going to add more green in a minute to that too. And then I also, with the blue, took the little dots that are in there and just stamped them a little bit on here, just really lightly. Maybe one more. And then I also stamped it on the bricks. Oh! It just fell off. Let's stick it back on there. So just lightly kind of put a little bit of the dots on there. Okay, at least it didn't fall off on my bricks and mess them up. All right. And then we're going to move on to Dapper Denim. Now this is the color that I used the most on this project. So we're going to start with this big flower stamp and ink that up. Now we're done with this piece, so let's just get it out of the way so we don't accidentally stamp on it. All right, so I'm going to do the flowers down here. Oh, there goes my washing machine. Love it when I'm doing a video and you get these little noises on the side. All right, so a couple of those, I just did them on the ends. You always want to start with the biggest stamp so that, like, if I had started with Dragonfly and did that here and here, you wouldn't have room for these flowers. So then we're going to put a couple Dragonflies in there. And then the word friend. This is the hardest part. You got to stamp this right in the middle of this, and it's hard to do it without putting my head right in the middle. So hopefully it'll come out straight. Pretty darn good, yay! I didn't even have to have a secret one on the side to use instead. All right, so we're going to cut that out in just a second. And then I think we're done with the blue, yeah. All right, and then last color is Emerald Envy. And we're going to do a little bit of sponging with that. Put a little bit more green in here. And you can always go back and add more blue if you want to. It's up to you really what colors you want to pop on there. And then I'm going to stamp this fern. Just kind of fill in where I've got space left. Right there. And that looks pretty good. I think I want to add a little bit more blue though. So let me just get that blue back out. All right, let's put just a little bit more. All right, I like that. Okay, looks good. All right, so that's pretty much it for the stamping part. And now we've got to cut out the little friend. And this is pretty easy to cut out. Just kind of fussy cut it. I leave a little bit of white on there around the edges. Oh, that's too much white. I should have done this ahead of time. I know you're sitting there going, oh, la, 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 la. Let's fast forward through this. But hold on 1 second, I'll be done. Okay, there we go. All right, so now we just have to put it together. Let me get my pieces back over here and we'll get all this out of the way. All right, so first thing we're going to do is just tape this down. And of course, oh, here's tape. To the white. And you just kind of want to center that in there. And then for this piece, I want to put the ribbon on. And what I did was I did 2 pieces of ribbon. This one, this is the Dapper Denim. I don't know what this is called. Like ruched ribbon, I think. And it's so pretty. It's one of my favorite ribbons. And it's in the in colors, all of the in colors. And I used about 6 inches for the straight piece. And I'm just gonna put that down here and turn it over and tape it to the back. So now it just goes across the front. There's no tape under here. And then I've got another piece that's 4 inches. And you just stick it in here. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? It doesn't matter. I'll do it in just a second. I forgot to put this piece down. But that's all right. I can slide it underneath. Okay. All right. And then just let's trim that up. And boom. All right, so I forgot to put this piece in, so we'll do that right now. That's the most important part. Just slide it under here. See, it's a good thing I didn't tape that ribbon down. And I have it a little bit to the left. Oops, maybe I'm out of the camera. And just put it on there. Try to get it as straight as you can. I like to turn it over and rub it. All right, and then we're going to glue this down to this. Oh, you know what? No, I'm not. I'm going to put some dimensionals on that one. And what did we do with the dimensionals? They're hiding. Here we go. All right, so let's put a few dimensionals. And one in the middle. All right, just peel those suckers off. Whoops, that one's cut in half. Okay, and then just center that on here. All right, and then we want to add our little friend down at the bottom, and I want to do that with dimensionals too. And I like to use little half dimensionals that you just can cut for these smaller pieces. Oh, come on. Come on. Okay. Put that right there. And last thing is to put our dragonflies on. I'm going to use glue dots for that. And I forgot my little pokey tool. Oops. Here, I'll use a little stylus. That might work. Oh, where did they go? Okay. Doesn't work as good as a pokey tool. Hold on 1 second. Use some scissors. Okay. So I'm just going to put one on each dragonfly. And when I say pokey tool, I really mean paper piercer, but it's just habit to say pokey tool. And I remember somebody once said that's what they call it in Canada, a pokey tool. They don't even call it paper piercer. But I don't know if that's true or not. All right. So I've got one on every dragonfly body part, like right in the center. Then you just flip that over. You could put this on with dimensionals if you want to, just to pop it out. And just put it over there so it's kind of flying off to the right. And then you just get your frame out. Open it up. Oh, it doesn't want to come out. And then just put that down in there. Put that back. And voila. There you go. And that really took about, what, less than 10 minutes if you have everything cut ahead of time. So that is a great gift. My friends loved it. And if you make it for somebody, I'm sure they'll love it too. So I hope you enjoyed this video. And don't forget, if you want to make a card, do the exact same thing, except just shrink it down a little bit. So on the card, I just did 5.5 by 4 1/4. Well, actually it was a whole sheet folded in half to that measurement. The brick piece is 4 by 5 1/4, and this piece that I stamped on here was 5 1/4 by 2 inches. So same exact steps, just a little bit smaller. All right, hope you have a great day, and thanks for stopping by. Don't forget, if you want to order anything, go to my website, stampingwithlisa.com, and just click on the shopping cart. Have a great day.